Sabotage began quietly. Tom started it. One morning, Lily's car wouldn't start. Later, a mechanic said the brake lines had been tampered with, subtle, deliberate. Josh swore he hadn't touched it, but Tom was suddenly flush with smugness, strutting like a wolf who had caught the scent of blood. Lily accused him outright, screaming at him in front of half the family's lawyer's office. He just laughed. "Can't prove a damn thing," he said, leaning close enough that she flinched. "But maybe you should keep your little toy fiancé off the road for a while." Josh's face went pale. I watched his innocence draining away, replaced with something harder. Not anger, fear. He was realizing he'd stepped into a game far crueler than he'd ever known. I thought about warning Elliot, about telling him this wasn't safe anymore, that Dad's money was turning us feral. But every time I opened my mouth, the words curdled. Because if he left me now, if I lost him, I'd have nothing but Tom's laughter and Lily's tears to keep me company. And then Lily struck back. Josh's doubts had been growing, but she knew how to manipulate him. She planted photos on his phone, doctored, but convincing, of Tom with other women. She let the poison drip in his ear. "He's trying to ruin us, can't you see? He'll never stop unless we fight back." The next family gathering was a war zone. Lily announced her official wedding date, 2 weeks away. Josh stood beside her, stiff, looking like he'd signed a deal with the devil. Tom lost his composure for the first time, slamming his glass down so hard it shattered. "You think you can beat me with that?" he spat, blood dripping from his hand. "He's a lamb, Lily, and I'll slaughter him before I let you win." The silence that followed was thicker than grief. I caught Elliot watching me then, his eyes searching. Not for love, not for warmth, but for truth. Did he see me plotting too? Did he see how part of me wanted Lily to fail, Tom to bleed, just so I wouldn't have to sacrifice the one piece of my life that still felt genuine? After everyone left, I cleaned up the broken glass. My reflection stared back at me from 100 tiny shards. My father's voice seemed to echo in my skull. "The strongest survives. The rest are irrelevant." For the first time, I wondered if this was his plan all along, not to pass on wealth, but to strip us bare, to make us prove just how monstrous we could become when dangled above an abyss. And as much as I hated him, I realized something that made my stomach twist. I wasn't going to lose. Not to Lily, not to Tom, not to anyone.